Hey gang, happy to see you found us here at BCUZ, Canadian Jail War Stories, and for all my returning subscribers, you already know, you guys are the backbone of the channel and I wouldn't be existing without y'all. So, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, what are y'all waiting for, man? Come on, join the fam, alright? If you like to watch, but you're not subbed, and you haven't shared or liked, what, do you hate me or something, man? Come on, join the family, and help this channel grow. And we'll see you in the next episode, if you subscribe and come back. If not, let's get straight into this. Yeah, so basically, poker in jail in a nutshell is you're gonna lose. You're never gonna win. So don't do it unless you can back your winnings up, and you gotta watch who you're playing with, for one. For two, when you're gambling, you stand there and you hold your cards like this, right? So when you look at your cards, you're gonna be a lot of guys sit and hold their cards like this. Now, a lot of guys will do something called a hustle, where you come on the range, you're a new guy on the range, you don't know whose celly is who, you don't know much about really anything, but you are addicted to gambling and you can't help yourself and you got to get in on a poker game. Now, I'm going to give you some advice and some tips how to not lose all your canteen and how to not get beat up or jumped by a gang. Now, first thing you're going to realize is this is jail. Everybody in here are criminals, right? So these aren't honest people. No matter how much you think they're your friends, they could always be friendlier with their next person. Anyway, always when you look at your cards, always keep them flat to the table, peek at them once, and put it back down. But put your hand, cover it, and just kind of a little bit up. Don't put them up in your hand and hold them like this. Reason being, the guy's friend could easily be walking around the range, go stand somewhere behind you, you're like this, he sees what you have, he signals to his friend to fold, or he tells his friend you got a good hand. They have some sort of signal that tells him to fold, or some sort of signal that tells him to bet, depending on what they have set up, right? Now, I've seen where guys are cell partners and they do this, where they're just cellies and guys don't know that they're cell partners, so when you guys come on the range, the two cellies hustle the dude. I've been involved with me and my celly pulling that hustle, but that was in dice, it wasn't in poker. It was in a game called Ludi. Okay, now, basically, you can get in on card games in jail. Me personally, I like to gamble. Me personally, I did a lot of my time by gambling, by playing cards. Cards killed a lot of time for me. I would play poker, I'd play BidWiz. Like I said, I'd play dice, which is Ludi. Bunch of different gambling games, but mostly just dice, poker, and BidWiz, basically. I didn't like to play bridge because they get really serious and the gambling is too high stakes for me. The bridge games will be like a couple $100 a game, where I'm not really into that. I'm more like a couple items a game type of person. So never bet more than you're willing to lose. Never bet what you don't have in your cell. So say you have only 10 items in your cell and you guys are playing and you say we're going to pay on canteen day. Don't be like, oh, well, I know I can order $60 for the canteen, so get yourself into $50 debt. Because you know what? Canteen day is going to come, and that's going to really suck, man. You're going to lose all your canteen. So me personally, the way I do it is, if I have like 20 bucks in canteen in my cell, I'll only bet half of what I got. Okay? Now, if I lose half of what I got, I use the other half to try to win it back. If I don't win it back, then I quit. I'll try to come back on canteen day and win my stuff back. I'll quit for a few days. Obviously, your luck's not good. Obviously, you're being hustled. Maybe something. I don't know. Once you're on a range for a long time, you can kind of get to see who hustles, who doesn't. You can say, yo, there's gangs that will do a hustle and take advantage of the whole poker table. The whole poker table will be rigged, which means anyone that comes to the poker table is going to automatically lose. They might let you win the first one or two and make you think that you're winning, so you bet heavy, bet a lot, and then next thing you know, you're losing like crazy. You lose everything you got. I seen a big, huge guy that thought he was just going to run up his canteen order and all this, and he just kept running up his order. He got in like so much debt. Long story short, canteen day came. He didn't have the money to pay, and you can just imagine what happened to him, right? I think no, he didn't even get jumped because he freaking cracked off the range. See, guys, he'll end up in PC over a little bit of a gambling debt. Now, gambling. Okay, my main advice is you're gonna lose, so don't gamble anything you're not willing to lose. Me personally, I just love gambling and it helps me kill time. So to me personally, I'm like, well, you know what? If I spend $5 today and I lose 5 items playing poker, to me is well worth the $5 because it helped me kill my time. Some people don't look at it that way. That's the way I look at it. I have won before in poker. Just you need to watch who you're playing with. If you're playing on books, you got to watch who the bookie is. You want to make sure, like, if somebody owes, if it's plus 10 items, you want to make sure it's minus 10 items. So you always got to make sure the books are even. Like, say this guy, say you're playing not a cash game and it's for canteen day or whatever. Everybody's paying 5 days ahead of time, or everyone's paying in 5 days. So basically, the game will go all week right up until it's time to collect. So what happens is there'll be a guy in debt maybe 20 items, and there'll be a guy that's, so he'll be, say, Joe's minus 20 items, and Eddie is plus 10, and Don is plus 10. So that if that's the end and it's time to collect and it's payday, and it's time to clean up the books, what will happen is the guy that is minus 20 has to come over and put the 20 items on the poker table, and then I'm plus 10, so I'll take 10 items, and the other guy that's plus 10 will take 10 items. If it's 5, 5, 5, and 5, so on and so forth. If someone is plus 2, plus 8, and plus 10, and someone's minus 20, it's going to work out the same way. Okay, so it all has to add up to plus and minus have to be the same on the books. And then it'll all work out to everybody getting paid properly. If you have a good bookie, it can run smooth. I've seen it run smooth on ranges that I've been on before for months and months on end, until you get one idiot in there that just gambles way too much and doesn't know when to stop, and he gets in over his head and doesn't even have any money in his canteen account. It's one thing if you have the money in your canteen account and you want to lose it all, but to sit there and gamble when you know you have no money, that's just a death wish. I've seen guys get killed over a bag of chips in the darn jail over gambling when they know damn well they didn't have the money. They were trying to gamble with gang members, and the thing is, it's not the bag of chips, it's the principle. The way the gang members looked at it and explained it was, you are playing pretending you have money. So what happens if you didn't lose and he won the gang members' money, and the gang members were obviously, they're all gonna pay, keep their word. So say he won $50 off these gang members. What? They didn't know, they weren't gonna know. So what? He goes and collects the $50. Then they find out he didn't even have no money in his canteen. Think about it. So you had no money, but yet you're winning their money. But if you lost, you had nothing to give them. So that's a serious no-no, man. This guy got killed for that, and that's something you do not do, especially when it comes to gangs. Like I said, jail is obviously somewhere where people go from doing crime, and I don't think anyone in there is 100% honest. So you just want to find people that are solid, people you know normally pay their debts. You know, before you jump right into gambling, see how the gambling on the range works first. Figure out your surroundings. Don't just jump right into it and start gambling. Look at your surroundings. Watch them play maybe for a week. You know, stuff like that is the best I can suggest. Just make sure you always pay your debts. Don't bet more than you have, and make sure if you do win a lot, say you win like $100 off a gang member, right? And you're on a big roll one day, and you can't stop winning one day, right? Tell them, say, yo, bro, what do you got on you? 20? All right, man. Take the 20 and squash it. Be happy that you won. Be happy that they paid you. Because you know what? I've seen guys go to try to collect big amounts off gang members, and then they end up just getting jumped and bounced off the range. So you gotta watch who you gamble with. Now, if they respect you, that's a different story, right? If they respect you, then that's a different story. They're gonna pay you. But I suggest you don't get somebody that you can't. Okay, when it comes to collecting, sometimes you gotta physically muscle the person and intimidate them to pay you what they owe you, or you have to get physical to make them pay you. So I suggest never get in debt, never have someone get in debt with you too much to the point where if it's somebody that you can't overpower or you can't collect, even if you can beat him up physically, he might have a gang and they're going to be there, so you're not going to be able to collect it from him. So I suggest you gamble with people that aren't gang members if you're not in a gang. If you're not in a gang and you want to gamble with the gang members, that's your choice. I suggest that you don't get in debt with them, pay them what you owe them, and if you do win, right, after you win $4 or $5 or 10, cut it off right then and there. Say thanks, you're done. Give them a chance to win a couple back, and you're never gonna win. Okay, so basically, you want to just do it to pass time and have fun. Win maybe $4 or $5 a day, but if you start winning $100 a day off these guys, it ain't gonna be good for you, man. They're gonna want to rob you. You know what I mean? I'm saying if you're a new person coming in, like if you've been on the range for like a year playing cards with these guys, that's different, obviously. And I'm talking about Toronto jails. Every other place is different. Every jail is different. Every state, every province. So this is a new year, and this is a jail video about poker and gambling, guys. I had a different video I wanted to do, but I didn't want the first video of the year to be so violent. So I'm going to do that video probably tomorrow or the next day. Alright, guys, I did a whole bunch of work from Christmas till now. I made an intro. I did a whole bunch of stuff, so when we go live, it's going to be like pretty cool. It's a bunch of stuff that I've been working on like crazy behind the scenes that you guys will probably get to see at the beginning of this video. You probably already seen it. And that's our new intro. And on top of that, be good, and we'll see you in the next video. Alright, guys, don't want to make this run too long, and I appreciate each and every one of you that came and viewed. If you enjoyed this, give me a like and share it if you want. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure don't forget to do so on the way out, and if you want, hit that bell so you know when content goes up and you know when we go live.